So this is Peter Rupert for the Board of Assessment Appeals, March 14th, 2026. It is now 9:02 a.m. and this is appeal number 702. I'm just going to go through some information, just confirm this is for the property address is 117 Fairland Drive.
Yep.
Okay. The owners of this property are Joseph and Linda Feria. The town valued this property at $1,019,000. They're asking for this to be reduced to $850,000. All right, and Ms. Feria is the appellant, and you are Benjamin. Is that correct? Okay. And Benjamin has an affidavit on file here. All right. So Benjamin, just do me a favor, just for the record, if you would just state your name, that you are here representing Linda and Joseph Feria for 117 Fairland Drive.
I'm Benjamin Feria. I'm here representing Joseph and Linda Feria. They live at 117 Fairland Drive.
Okay, thanks. And if you would put your right hand up. All right. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. So what we need you to do is just sign up here and print there, folks. All right, thanks. Put that in there. Thank you. All right, so Mr. Feria, this is going to be your opportunity now to provide testimony and evidence as to why you believe the market value of this home on October 1st, 2025 was $850,000, not the value assigned by the town. Market value is what the home most likely would have sold for on that date. All right, and just try to be as succinct as you can. Please, thanks.
I have it right up here. Please consider the following details in consideration of lowering the appraised value to a realistic value, reflecting the amount of work needed to bring it to market levels. The house was built in 1953 and renovated in 1999, adding a second floor. Note that no improvements have been made since 1999 restoration. Kitchen cabinets and flooring are 27 years old. Appliances are 10 plus years old. No mudroom or entryway to the kitchen. The back door comes right off the deck. Original 1953 bathtub and toilet and downstairs bathroom. Bathroom tile is from 1999. Ceramic floor tile was redone in 2004. Hardwood floors on the first floor are original, not patched when front of the house was expanded in 1999, just covered with carpet. And I have a picture to show.
Okay, and that picture is in the file.
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay, great.
Upstairs bathroom has single sinks, fiberglass tub and shower stall, and vinyl floors installed in 1999. Plywood flooring on second floor with a 1999 wall-to-wall carpet. Single car garage, no automatic door opener leading to an unfinished basement. Need to walk across the entire basement to get to the stairs to enter the first floor of the home. See photo 2. This is the photo of the basement coming from the garage. There's no laundry room, washer dryers, and doorway to unfinished basement off garage entrance. See photo 3. Deck is outdated, beyond repair, needs to be replaced. The shed built in 2002 needs residing and floor and roof repair due to wild animal damage. Current furnace was 10 years old when we bought the house in 1993. The original 275-gallon oil tank is in the basement. Ceilings on both floors are 7'6". No open floor plan. There's a sloping backyard with wetlands property in back that had to be considered when doing the 1999 addition. Stone wall down the side of the driveway is collapsing. Original stone wall around the bottom of the driveway with root cellar tunnel boarded up underneath the bottom of the driveway. And we also brought some evidence of other houses in the area that were appraised higher or lower that were comparable in size, probably a little bit nicer. 159 Fairland Drive, the ID number is 6361, was appraised at $954,900 for 3,300 square foot living space, flat backyard, 2-car garage, and second floor. There's 35% more square footage and appraised lower. The appraised value is $64,000 lower. 95 Fairland Drive, right next door to us, was appraised at $1,026,500 with 3,800 square feet living space, a new deck, and 2 years ago, 11 bedrooms, 2-car attached garage with 55% more square footage and only a $7,500 higher appraisal, right next door to us. And 252 Ferris Road was valued at $968,500 with 2,360 square feet of living space, an in-ground pool, updated patio and deck, 2-car garage, laundry and mudroom, partially finished basement, flat and large yard, an open floor plan for a kitchen and family room with a high ceiling, 4% less square footage, and $50,500 lower appraisal. Also found a few properties that were sold in 2025 prior to October 1st. 343 Steiner Road sold August 19th, 2025 for $810,000. It was valued at $890,000 with 2,000 square feet of living space, finished basement, and a 2-car garage. 10 Burroughs Road sold a year ago on this day for $885,000, was appraised at $950,000 with 3,300 square feet of living space, finished basement, and 2-car garage. 64 Shelter Rock Road sold January 7th, 2025 for $1,117,000, was appraised at $901,000, 3,100 square feet of living space, finished basement, and a newer deck. In conclusion, I believe the $1,019,000 appraisal value of 117 Fairland Drive is disproportionately overstated, given the values assigned to these larger, more marketable homes with newer features in the neighborhood. Over $200,000 would be needed to spend to get 117 Fairland Drive up to the value of this updated appraisal. And I have included pictures of the wetlands on the map for the neighborhood. That's our property there.
All right.
This is a single-car garage door.
Okay.
The sloping backyard.
Okay.
I have the affidavit here and comparable field cards for, this is 159 Fairland Drive.
Let me just make sure because some of this stuff is in the file, so I'll just let you hold on to that stuff. I just want to make sure I have it. So this is 117. That's yours. So let me just make sure here. Let's try to decide. So that's yours. Okay, so you said okay, so 159 I have.
Yes.
All right. Next one is 95 I have, 95 Fairlane. I have that one.
Okay. This is 95 here.
Okay.
And you have ours.
Then I have yours, yes. I have 252 Ferris. Okay, I have 343 Steiner.
Yep.
Okay. 10 Burroughs.
I don't have a picture of that one, but that's there. And 64 Shelter.
And then Shelter, 64 Shelter Rock. And then just in terms of the pictures, I'll just, I know some, there are some, but it looks like there might be, for some reason, they didn't come in for some of them, so I just want to make sure. So I do have I have this one here, so you can take that one back with you. All right. No, let me see. I have this one, so you could take that one back. Let's put this aside because I don't see that one right now. Yep, I have this one. You can take that one back. And I guess I have this one here. All right, let me just see the, okay, so this is the only one I don't have.
Okay.
All right? So I will take this one and put it into your file. All right. Anything else you would like to add?
The write-up?
I actually have that as well.
Okay.
Right, yep. Thank you.
Yeah. You need the letter too?
Nope, everything, I have everything else, yep, in here. So, let me, describe, the process from here out, right? So what I will do is I will, present your appeal to the majority of our board, and, we will deliberate it and vote on it, okay? Once we've made a decision, you will receive a letter that, indicates our decision, okay? If we have provided any kind of relief to you, then you would not be able to come back and appeal again until the next reevaluation in 5 years. If we deny your appeal, then you can come back again next year and appeal again, and you always have the right to go appeal in court, all right? So, and I would just say, just be patient, because we have over 1,000, or nearly 1,000 appeals, so you know, it's going to be, we're probably going to be doing this until May, and so it's going to be, I can't tell you like when we'll get to your decision, but you know, all the board members have the same information I have. They have access to the testimony from the recording, so all right. So just let you know. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in. All right. Have a good rest of your day. All right. Okay, this is the end of Appeal 702. It is 9:14. Okay, this is Peter Rupert with the Board of Assessment Appeals. This is March 14, 2026, and this is Appeal 708, and the start time for this appeal is 9:40 a.m. I just want to go through information here and just confirm. Okay, so this is Appeal 708 for 3860 Congress Street. The owners are Patricia Leshen, is that how I Leshen, sorry about that. And Grant Leshen for the revocable trust. The town has valued this property at $1,446,200, and you're asking that to be reduced to $980,000. Okay, and Grant. Okay, so if you would, you know, just one of you has to do this, but just state that you are the owners of 3860 Congress Street. So just state your names. I guess each of you should state your name, and that you're the owners of this property.
I'm Patricia Leshen, and this is my son, Grant.
So, to correct the record.
Okay, yep.
She is the trustee of the trust that owns the property.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I am here to represent her. I am her son. I am not a lawful owner of the property.
Okay, all right, because just say your name on here, trust.
My name is the same. I am a junior.
Okay.
I was named after my father.
Okay, all right.
Sorry
Gotcha.
for the confusion.
No problem. All right, thanks for clearing that up. All right. Okay. Okay, so, all right, thank you. All right, so if you would, you're both going to be providing testimony, though, correct?
Correct.
Okay, sure.
If that's allowed.
Yeah, of course.
I've been authorized to provide.
Sure, yeah, of
And
course.
represent her in this matter, but if she has something she'd like to say, I'm sure she'd like to say.
Yeah, well, yeah, I have to just swear you both in. So,
Understood.
all right, so if you'd both raise your right hands, please. All right, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I need you to do, is just to sign, both of you will just sign up on top and then print below. Okay.
special blue signing pen.
And then just, just print your name below, please.
Yep.
Thank you very much. All right. There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so this is your opportunity now to provide testimony and evidence as to why you believe the market value of this property on October 1st, 2025 was $980,000 and not the value assigned by the town. Market value is what your home most likely would have sold for on that date. And just please try to be as succinct as possible. Okay?
All right. Well, first off, good morning, and thank you for your time here on Saturday. As you know, my name is Grant Lashin Jr., and I'm here on behalf of my mother, the trustee of the Grant Lashin Revocable Trust and the owner of 3860 Congress Street. We're here today because the town's 2025 revaluation has assigned this property an implied fair market value of $1.446200, a dated home with considerable deferred maintenance. We respectfully submit that figure bears no relationship to what the property would actually sell for, and we have submitted an appraisal demonstrating a fair market value of $980,000. I will demonstrate through 4 independent lines of evidence: 1, the condition of the property; 2, the comparable sales; 3, the property directly across the street; and 4, a structural flaw in the town's own land valuation methodology. I will be brief. Point 1, condition. Fair with extensive deferred maintenance. Before we look at sale, it's important that the board understand the condition of this property, because condition is perhaps the single greatest driver of value in this market, and the town's assessment does not adequately address it. 3860 Congress Street is a 1905 colonial and fair condition. It has not been updated in decades. The following specific deficiencies are evident: a kitchen of 1970s vintage, which is functionally obsolete; a master bathroom of 1930s vintage, all original, which now, as of last week, is in need of a complete gut and redo. It's leaking into the living room. A second and half bath that were renovated in the early 90s and are now 30 years old. A roof that needs to be replaced. Original style single pane windows, thermally inefficient and end of their useful life. Low ceiling heights, compartmentalized floor plan, and functional obsolescence in a layout that cannot be remedied without major structural work. It's our estimate that the total deferred maintenance range could be in the range of $155,000 to $235,000. This is not cosmetic. This is the price tag a buyer immediately faces when they take title to this property. We mentioned the master bathroom leaking into the room before. Every one of these items was noted on the town's own field card. The market discounts properties in this condition based on our market research of 15 to 25% below comparable fully renovated homes. And that discount is squarely reflected in the opinion of value. Point 2, comparable sales. 4 transactions, 1 consistent conclusion. We've analyzed 4 arm's length sales transactions in the Greenfield market, all occurring within approximately 3 months of the October 1, 2025 effective date. I want to walk through each one because together they tell a compelling and consistent story. Cop 1, 3853 Congress Street, directly across the street. Sold for $1.17. It is a 4,906 square foot property on 3 acres. Comp 2, 3663 Congress Street. Sold for $1.7. 4,047 square foot, fully renovated, got renovated. Comp 3, 2492 Congress Street, sold for $1 million. A 2,273 square foot house on 1.79 acres in fair condition. And Comp 4, 1180 Merwin's Lane, sold for 1325. A 3,203 square foot house on a 2.06 acre lot in updated condition. So let me highlight what these comparables tell us. We're going to put Comp 1 aside for just a moment and talk about Comp 2 first. So 3663 Congress Street. This is the peak value and peak condition. This sold for $1.7 million. It's the highest sale on Congress Street. It's, as you mentioned.
Do you know what the sales date on that one?
Yes, I do. It's in the appraisal that we have provided. Let's see here. August of 2025. So it sold for 1.7. It's 4,047 square feet. So it's 36% larger building area in the project subject. And as I mentioned, it had a complete deck job.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent condition, fully renovated, very high-end finishes, marble, granite, expensive lighting, new windows, etc. After adjusting down for the smaller size and the fair versus excellent condition, it supports a value of $1,060,000 for the subject. The town's implied value of $1.446200 for our subject property is only $253,000 less than what Comp 2 actually sold for. Comp 2 is significantly larger, as I mentioned, over 4,000 square feet, fully renovated. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Comp 3, 2492 Congress Street. Sold December 17th, 2025, so very recent. Sold for $1 million. Property is 713 square feet smaller than the subject on the same street. Even if we adjust upward for its larger size, the subject's larger size in fair condition, the adjusted value on this comes to $1,020,000. Again, far short of the 1.4462 that the town has assessed subject property. Comp 4, 1180 Merwin's Lane. So this is a little bit further away. Okay, this sold in August of 25. This is a 2.06 acre lot, so slightly larger, but not much. Most directly comparable by size of lot. It sold for 1.325 in good condition, meaningfully better than fair condition. This is a brick house, very pretty house on a nice lot. After adjusting for the smaller size and inferior condition, the adjusted value that this indicates is 1.159. This is still $287,200 below the town's figure. Point 3, the property directly across the street. I want to highlight this one separately because it deserves special emphasis. 3853 Congress Street is directly across the street from the property. It sold in January of 2026 for 1.170.
And when was that date?
January of 26.
Okay, all right.
Let me describe this property for you. The property is 4,906 square feet, 64% larger than the 2,980 square foot subject property. The property sits on 3 acres, 50% larger than the 2-acre lot that the subject property sits on. The property has a swimming pool and a tennis court and a 4-car garage. This property is bigger by every aspect, has a better lot, has a pool, has a tennis court, and it sold for $276,000 less than the implied value the town has placed on our property. Point 4, fatal flaw in the town's own land valuation. The town's own assessment records contain an internal consistency that independently demonstrates the overvaluation. The town assigns our 2-acre lot a land value of $1.24150. Let me repeat that. The town assigns our 2-acre lot a land value of $1,241,500, or $620,750 per acre. To put that into perspective, the property across the street that I just mentioned, on 3 acres with a 4,900 square foot home, sold for less than the assessed value of the land. That's further evidenced by the town's own field card for 2492 Congress Street, the other comp that we mentioned. The entire 2492 Congress Street property, land, house, garage, every other improvement, sold in an arm's length transaction on December 17th for $1 million. The town is telling this board that our dirt with nothing on it, no house, no garage, no improvements of any kind, is worth $241,500, more than everything on the 2492 Congress Street property, or the property across the street that's 3 acres with 4,900 square feet on it. That's not an error. And the arithmetic from the town's own records makes this undeniable. Okay. The town's assessment at 2492 Congress Street values that land at $375,000 an acre. If we apply that same per acre rate to our 2-acre lot, the subject's land value would be roughly $751,000, about $491,000 less than the town's current figure, and squarely within the $945,000 to $1.15 value range for the property that we believe is the accurate fair market value. And the town's own mythology, applied consistently, confirms that conclusion. We have searched the market for vacant land sales and are not aware of a single comparable sale that comes anywhere close to justifying the $1.2415 land value on Congress Street. In fact, when we talk about the next property and the next one, I will be able to provide you additional information and land sale comps that show that that is wildly overvalued. Okay? The town's land value is an outlier, and it has no market support whatsoever. Closing. 4 independent lines of evidence: the property's documented condition, the deferred maintenance, the 4 comparable sales, the arm's length transaction directly across the street, and the town's own internally contradictory land valuation all point to the exact same conclusion. We respectfully ask that the board reduce the assessment at 3860 Congress Street from $1,012,340 to $686,000, reflecting 70% of what we believe to be the appraised fair market value of $980,000 as of October 1st.
Just read that. I know it's in here, but just say that one more time for me.
We believe the value of the property is $980,000 as of October 1st, 2025, and that the and it should reflect 70% of that, which comes out to $686.
Okay. Okay. Anything else that you want to?
Nothing.
Provide
I'm
that?
happy to
No.
answer any questions you have.
I'm going to go through this.
You're in progress?
Yeah, all right, yeah. So, but, I appreciate you laying out your arguments like that. It's, helpful to understand that.
Do you have a copy of the appraisal and all the submittals and everything else that we made?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So all of this is documented in what we previously submitted.
Mhm.
And if you go through that and have a question at a later date, I'm happy to.
Yeah. Do you have an extra copy of the appraisal? Because, I see the appraisal here, but
I can give you mine.
Well, I don't want to take your own.
No, I
copy.
can get another copy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make, because what I'm seeing is that maybe if there were double-sided pages, that some of those pages, I don't know, it's not double-sided, so maybe they just, let me just go through here.
Sure.
Quickly, and then
Yeah.
I won't have to take your.
Well, no, as I said, if you'd rather have a paper copy, take it. I'll print out another copy. It's not.
I might have it here, actually. I just want to make sure I have everything. Yes, that's that page.
I'm sorry, I should have come with another copy.
No. It is actually in here. I just, sometimes if they're trying to do two-sided pages, but yours is fine. So, no, it's all in there. All right, thank you very much.
If you'd like that, you can have it.
No, it's all set. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, so let me just explain the process if you're.
Please.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take your appeal to a majority of our board, and we'll deliberate and vote on it. And just to let you know, everyone on the board has access to the file, has access to my notes, has access to this recording, and so, we'll deliberate, and then we'll make a decision. When we make that decision, within 7 days, you'll get a letter that explains what happened, what we decided. If we do provide some relief to you, then you would not be able to come back until the next reevaluation in 5 years to appeal again. If we deny your appeal, then you can come back again next year and appeal then as well. And then you do always have the right to go to court and appeal in court. All right. So we do have about 1,000 appeals this year. So we're actually we're probably going to be doing this until May. There's no doubt that we're going to be doing this until May. So I'm just letting you know, please be patient. We will make a fair decision.
So much for working 9 to 5.
Yeah, right, yeah. So, this is not my day job. So, anyway, I just want you to know that just be patient, and we have to be done by May, so we'll.
Is there a particular date in May you need to be done by?
May 31st.
Okay,
Yeah.
end of May.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we've not received
All right.
anything by the end of May, we should reach out, is that?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. You should receive something before then, but I'm just telling you, I can't guarantee a time when it will be decided. All right?
Given 1,000 of them, I
Yes,
can
yeah.
appreciate that. Well, and again, we appreciate what you guys are doing.
Sure.
I mean,
Thanks.
I know you've probably got a few other things you'd rather do on me.
Sorry about that. So, all right, so what I'll do is I just want to end the recording here, and then I'll start up again for our next appeal, all right? So this is Appeal 708, and I'm going to end it at 10:02. All right, so this is Peter Rupert for the Board of Assessment Appeals, March 14th, 2026. This is Appeal 709, and it is starting at 10:03 a.m. This appeal, as I said, was 709 for 3894 Congress Street. The owner of this is Patricia Leshin, trustee for the Grant Leshin Revocable Trust. Is that correct? Am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And then the town has valued this property at $1,104,000, and you're asking this to be reduced to $450,000. All right. And with with Patricia Leshen is her son Grant Leshen Jr. So let me just write. All right, and so Patricia, we just state again that you are the owner of 3894 Congress Street.
I'm the trustee, right?
Trustee, yeah.
Correct.
Please. All right, for 3894 Congress Street?
Yes,
Is that
correct.
Okay, all right, thanks. And so I've already sworn you both in, so just please remember that you are under oath. I am just going to have you, again, sign both in print, both. Right, thank you very much.
Yep.
All right, so just once again, this is going to be your opportunity to provide testimony as to why you believe the market value of your property on October 1st, 2025 was $450,000 and not the value assigned by the town. Market value is what the property most likely would have sold for on that date. And just please try to be succinct again. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, super. Well, again, thank you for your time. My name is Grant Leshen Jr. I'm here today on behalf of my mom, Patricia Leshen, trustee of the Grant C. Leshen Revocable Trust and the owner of 3894 Congress Street. We're here today because the town's 2025 revaluation has assigned a fair market value of $1,104,000 to this property, a raw, heavily wooded, unpermitted, vacant lot with no utilities on site. With respect, that figure bears no relationship to what this property would actually sell for in the open market. We've submitted an appraisal demonstrating a fair market value of $450,000, and we're asking the board to reduce the assessment accordingly. Keep my presentation short. I have 3 points to make. What this property actually is, what the market says it's worth, and what the town's own records tell us about the assessment's reliability. So first, what the town is actually valuing. Before we discuss value, I want to make sure that the board understands exactly what this property is, because the town's assessment appears to treat it as if it's something it's not. Property in plain terms is raw, wooded, and entirely uncleared. There is no public water on the property, despite the town's own property record incorrectly stating otherwise. Water is available in the street, but it hasn't been extended to the lot. There's no septic system, again, contrary to the town's records, which appear to indicate that there's a system on this lot. There's not. The system must be designed, engineered, and approved by the health department and installed before a building permit can be issued there. There's been no wetland survey, no permits, or no approvals of any kind. The lot sits in an upland review area. Any development requires a formal Inland Wetlands Commission review, the outcome of which is uncertain and could restrict the buildable footprint to an area already marginally sized lot. Remember, this lot is 1.95 acres, not 2 acres, meaning it's marginally non-conforming. Fronting Congress Street, which is heavily impacted by both local Merritt Parkway bypass commute traffic and the Merritt Parkway road noise associated with the location nearby. In short, a buyer of this property would be purchasing raw land with substantial work, cost, risk, and regulatory uncertainty ahead of them before a single shovel could break ground. The town has assessed this property, however, as if none of that burden exists. The market evidence. Our appraisal analyzes 3 comparable sales, but before I turn to those, I want to bring the board's attention to a transaction that is perhaps the single most compelling piece of evidence in this. The sale directly across the street from the property. 3853 Congress Street, directly across the street from the property, sold in January of 2026. for $1.17 million. Let me describe what that sale brought. A 4,906 square foot ranch-style home on 3 acres. 4 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, a swimming pool, a 4-car garage, a tennis court, circular drive behind a brick wall. Fully improved on the same street, directly across the street. More land, a house, fully improved for less than the value of a 1.95 acre raw unimproved piece of property. The contrast could not be starker. On one side, Congress Street, a 3-acre improved estate with a 4,900 square foot home. On the other side, for $1.17 million, on the other side of the same street, 1.95 acres of raw wooded vacant land, 50% less land, no house, no utilities, no permits, and the town says it's worth $1.104 million. The board doesn't need an appraisal to see something has gone seriously wrong with this assessment. The appraisal further supports this conclusion with direct comparable vacant lot sales in Fairfield. Comparable 1, 180 Catamount Road, sold June 20th, 2025, just months before the October 1st assessment date. This is a 2.07 acre lot. It sold for $568,000. Let me repeat that. This is a 2.07 acre lot that sold for $568,000 on June 20th, 2025. Slightly larger than the subject property. The lot was cleared, level, and shovel-ready, meaning it had wetlands permits in hand. Catamount Road, as you are undoubtedly aware, has no Merritt Parkway noise, no Merritt Parkway bypass commute traffic along Congress Street, and is superior to the subject property in every respect. And it sold for $568,000. The town's assessment implies that our raw burden lot is worth nearly double a cleared, permitted property in a better location. That's not supportable. Comparable 2, 22 Brett Road, Greenfield Hill, sold in February 2025. 2.65 acre lot, so 35% larger than the property, cleared, permitted, shovel-ready on one of Fairfield's absolute premier residential streets. I don't know if you're familiar with Brett Road, but it's the absolute zenith of Greenfield Hill. No road traffic noise, very little street traffic, no commute traffic. This is one of the best locations in all of Fairfield, period. It sold for $1 million. Even at $1 million for a vastly superior property, the per acre rate was $377,000 per acre, well below the $566,000 per acre the town claims our unpermitted, raw, and inferior lot is worth. Okay. I want to bring the town's own records into this conversation because I think it's important that the board's attention be drawn to one final and particularly striking point. You don't need to rely solely on our appraisal. The town's own property record cards tell the same story. The town values 180 Catamount Road, the larger, cleared, shovel-ready, superior vacant lot, at $711,000 or $344,000 per acre. That's coming directly from the town's own property card. The town values 22 Brett Road, the far superior Greenfield Hill property, 35% larger, fully permitted with wetlands approvals, at $719,000, $271,000 per acre. Neither of these properties has the burdens that ours has. All of those were shovel-ready, and yet ours is valued at $566,000 per acre, and these are valued between $271,000 and $344,000 per acre. And this is coming from the town's own property record cards. The town is assessing the least desirable property at the highest per acre rate. This is not a small discrepancy. It's a fundamental inconsistency in the town's own data. The subject's per acre assessment is 65% higher than Catamount Road and 109% higher than Brett Road and 51% higher than the land on the same street. The town's own records make our case for us. We presented 3 different lines of evidence, all pointing to the same conclusion. The market sold a vastly superior lot for $568,000 on June 2025. We've got an appraisal for $450,000 as of October 1st. And the town's own property record cards assign higher values to better properties, making the subject's assessment internally indefensible. Town's assessment overstates the market's reported assessment value significantly. And we respectfully ask the board to correct this mistake and reduce the assessed value of 3894 Congress Street to $450,000. And then obviously adjust to the 70% as per the requirement. We've submitted the appraisal of all comparable property field cards in our petition for the board's review, and we're happy to answer any questions that you may have. Okay. And again, you should have a copy of that appraisal.
Yes.
If you don't, I can provide you a copy.
I do. I have it right here.
This to us is the most egregious of errors.
Okay. All right. All right. Again, thank you for laying out your argument in a clear, concise way. All right. So, as I said, we will deliberate on this and get you a decision at some point before May. All right. So, well, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate your time. All right.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time on Saturday.
So.
Do you have any other questions?
I don't at this point. I don't. You've laid out 3 distinct arguments, and I'm going to look at those, review them, and with all the material, look at those other properties, those other comps as well. So, all right. Thank you so much.
Do you have any questions?
All right. This is Peter Rupert for the Board of Assessment Appeals. This is, it's March 14, 2026, and appeal number 712. The start time is 10:21 a.m. All right, so this is appeal number 712, 81 Lindley Drive. The owners of this property are Robert Alvarado and I see Alan and Joyce Gibney. Okay, all right. The town's valued this property at $654,660, and you're asking that to be reduced to $545,000.
510.
510. Okay,
Yes.
so
Make
correct
an
that.
adjustment based on new data.
Okay. So the new ask amount is $510,000. Okay. And Robert. Okay, so if you would, Mr. Alvarado, if you do me a favor and just state your name for the record and that you are the owner of 81 Lindley Drive.
Sure. Robert Alvarado, owner, 81 Lindley Drive, Fairfield.
Okay, and if you put your right hand up, please. Right, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. Okay. So if you would just sign here and print below. Sure. Thank you. All All right, so Mr. Alvarado, this is going to be your opportunity to provide testimony and evidence as to why you believe the market value of this property on October 1st, 2025 was $510,000 and not the value assigned by the town. Market value is what the property most likely would have sold for on that date, and just please try to be as succinct as possible.
Correct. Okay, so basically I've resubmitted 3 comps, 2 of which were, I think, in the initial submission, 1 that I removed and 1 that I put in, I believe, or maybe not. But in either case, the one that we initially submitted that was $622,000, we discovered that there was a discrepancy. We saw online that there was maybe a lot more square footage, 1,771 square feet. Whether that's correct or not, I don't know.
So which property, what address was that property? Is that your?
So that was in the prior.
Right.
That would have been the, I believe, J Circle. It could be, but in this particular case, which are valid because I actually went through the town records, or better said, the database from BGSI. We used that instead of going online to third parties. So we went to BGSI, and we found what we did was a scan of all ranches sold in 0085 during the entire year of 2025. So then we compared, and there weren't that many. We're talking about 8, maybe 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ranches. So we're trying to compare house with house. We're trying to compare land with land, and we're trying to compare bedroom with bedroom, bathroom with bathroom, finished basement, unfinished. And when we come up with it, the closest comps that we just submitted today are 50 Lisbon at 500 that's sold. The dates on that you have on the top sheet. And then you have Weeping Willow Lane, which has a significant more land at that was sold in November. And then 184 Cutting Green Road. So the range on those houses is between 500 and 540. Now our home, when you compare the baseline of the square footage for the house, our house is 1076 or 1,000, just over 1,000 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath with an unfinished basement, unfinished attic. And of course, if we were selling today, we'd have a little bit of an issue because our roof is 30 years old, needs repair and replacement, and our windows haven't been replaced. And then in the 3 comps, as you can see, 2 of the comps have significantly larger, something like 50% more land. It looks like buyers love Capes, Colonials, Capes second, and Ranches last. That's just the nature of property and what buyers want. I think I might have submitted in the initial phone call as well a card that was sent to me. We're always receiving cards from developers who want to buy the property, which can be a little annoying because we get also text messages for them. Not one has been with a 4 handle yet. They're all threes. It's a dismay, but we're not moving, so it doesn't matter. So so that's basically it. And so what we decided in the end, we took the bottom number of 500 and the top number of 540, and we did a mathematical equation that gave us around 510. Because we felt that it wouldn't be fair to go to the middle at that point because the other properties have significant more land.
So just an average of the
So we take crunch all the numbers.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then we look at, I mean, I can show you my worksheet. This is 2025. We take all the numbers. And then we crank them up, and you can see that based on that, it gives us how our property falls in place. And if you took all of the properties that were sold, ranches sold in 0085 during 2025, in general, they have over half an acre. We're at 0.37. I can give you the stoppage. I mean, it's data that BGSI has anyway, so it's, the living area on average for all the ranches is 1,551 square feet. I apologize. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be generous today. I'm going to give you the sheet, my worksheet.
All right.
It's not apples to apples.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure I'm giving you the correct one, because there's two. Yep, that's the right one. Okay, that's it.
This one here?
Yeah, well, they're both the same.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can see they're based on ranch, they're based on total acreage. It's based, and if you could see the listings, where the total comes up in line item 9 over there,
Mhm.
you'll see that on average, the average ranch that sold had 1,551 square feet. Big
Mhm.
difference from 1076 that we're at. The half baths alone, everybody has a half bath. We don't have one. We only have one bath. And then on average, there's 1.25 baths or less that have. So that means
Pardon me.
there's a big difference there. And when you look at it, a lot of times there's something involved, like there's a significant amount of property or something like that, like land.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's basically it. Initially, when we went through this exercise for the informal call, we kind of went quickly through, we were advised by someone to go through comps and go online and stuff. It was an arduous job. I mean, we had to find all these different things that were going on, and then we realized I wanted to just pull up the information from the database.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Okay.
There haven't been any changes to the house since the last assessment.
All right.
Not that it doesn't deserve changes, but there haven't been any. So I appreciate that. And basically, it's just numbers to numbers. It's not about who's prettier or not, because basically they're all the same at the end of the day. Yeah.
Okay. So then let me just describe what our process is from here on.
Yes.
So what I will do is I will take your petition and present it to a majority of our board.
Yes.
We will deliberate and then come up with a decision and vote on it. And if we provide any type of relief to you, you would then not be able to come back to appeal until the next reevaluation in 5 years. If we deny your appeal, then you can come back again next year and appeal again next year, and you do always have the right to go to court and appeal in court. All right. We do have close to, well, we had almost 1,000 appeals, and so we are going to be doing this until May, into May, just to be able to get it done. And so we just ask for your patience, all right? But you will, once we've made a decision, whenever that does happen, within 7 days, you'll get a letter in the mail to tell you what our decision was.
Okay.
All right?
Good. It sounds good.
All right.
I think you had a lot of work in front of you.
Yeah, and just to let you know, I mean, the whole board has access to your file.
Yes.
These new documents will be included.
Great.
And, they have access to the recording and all that. So,
Right.
You'll get a fair hearing. All right?
Right.
So, all right. Thanks so much.
No, I appreciate your time, and thank
All right.
you on a Saturday. no less.
Yeah. All right.
Hopefully the weather will be.
All right, this is Peter Rupert for the Board of Assessment Appeals, March 14, 2026. This is appeal number 715, and the start time is 10:39. Okay, I'm just going to read through some of the information here. This is appeal number 715. This is for 758 Umpqua Road.
Correct.
The owners are Michael and Elizabeth McKenna.
Correct.
The town has valued this property at $1,596,668, and you're asking that to be reduced to $1,475,000.
Yeah, I actually think lower, but let's be realistic about
Okay.
any outcome.
All right. Okay. All right, so Mr. McKenna, will you do me a favor and just state for the record that your name, the property address, and that you are the owner of that trust?
My name's Michael McKenna. The property my wife and I own is 758 Umpqua Road. And what else do you need?
Okay, and that's it. And then if you just put your right hand up, all right? Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. So I just need you to, you're going to sign and then just print below, please. Thank you. All right. So, Mr. McKenna, this is going to be your opportunity to provide testimony and evidence as to why you believe the market value of your home on October 1st, 2025 was $1,475,000 and not the value assigned by the town. Market value is what your home most likely would have sold for on that date. And just please try to be as succinct as possible.
You got it. There's a lot of points to touch on. The biggest one, as we looked into what we got and then we discovered the property cards and started to go through them, is that there were no real sales in my area. Now, I think we're in Winton Park. I've been told we get lumped in and treated all the same there, which I understand. We're 1 acre zoning, I think, throughout the whole thing, double A or single, something like that. But the issue is there's no good comps. On top of that, I'm on Umpqua Road, which is the busy, there's a terminology for it. It's bidirectional major collector. I'm not on Winton and Brookbend, which are quieter setback roads. I have the school traffic, I have the school noise. I don't know why they have to set a bell off at 7 o'clock in the morning and do it 10 times. It's a school, not a prison. And my house, the other wrinkle is, we love our house and we love the town, but my house is not what, if you're swinging for the fences in Fairfield, you go for. We debate what it's called. It's a modern, but it's 1980 built contemporary. I don't think it's very accurate, but it's what people use. Objectively, Fairfield is the land for the better houses of colonials. Even the beach houses, which are oversized, they're a colonial derivation. My wife looked at this house, fell in love with it, and it works for us. And hopefully, when we sell someday, someone else will feel the same way. But the market's a very fickle master. I work in commercial real estate in the city, and I know what I need to do to make something work, and I know the negatives of something. So, if I just agree to the town, like, okay, we're only going to look at Winton Park, there's 2 other houses that are very similar. Could be the same architect. Both went up less than me. One, I think, is smaller. One is larger and has an in-law suite and an extra bathroom and something like that.
And do you know the numbers of those?
Yeah, one is 181 Winton. Yeah, in the earlier submittal, we attached property cards. Yeah, it's 181. In-law configuration addition. It has an additional kitchen. So I understand real estate enough that we're not doing an income valuation. We're doing a sales comparison, but then you do adjustments. So I live on a busy road. You live on a private or a quiet road. I have a shared driveway. You have a private driveway. Mm-hmm. You have a pool. I don't have a pool. I don't have a finished basement. You could theoretically finish my basement, but it's not finished. I don't have a finished attic. You could not finish my attic without, filing and doing a restructure of the house. My house
if you don't know, my house is a roof. So, you're not changing that unless you want to rip it down. Where else are we going? So I wrote down the date of when this thing was set. We had to put a new roof on after, but I would have taken that into account. But when you did the assessment, we already had the traffic speed camera. If you approach the high school, middle school, you see it. We all see it. Apparently, the town is going to put in a camera, and if you get over 20, you're going to get nuked. I can assure you, no one wants to move in like that. So I see that as a very big negative. And I'm sure that's going to create a problem, because me getting out of my driveway, and during school hours, I don't drive, I walk to the train. But if I am driving out, you're waiting for traffic to clear. You're not getting up and down that road. Ironically, the town thinks that they need a speed camera for that, because the 10 minutes it clears, if I get out onto a road, everyone and their brother gets to 30 miles an hour, hell, 40 miles an hour, and there's been no accidents there. What else do we got? The biggest thing, Winton Park, which is nice, it's an additional taxing zone. So we have private drains. That we're going to get an increase this year. We pay something every year to maintain them. It's a dubious thought that they've been maintained well, but you have that additional exposure. What else?
Yeah, so you said private drains, is it also like a private road that needs to be?
It is. The town, we handle a bunch of other drains as the association. The town does some, and they're always trying to get the town to do more because there's issues. The town's not doing it because the town doesn't want to spend more money. We do have other obligations, and we do have potential, they have all sorts of bylaws in there that are a potential cost factor. They haven't, this is 50 families or so, they haven't over the years, but as a real estate person, potentially that's a thing. And, again, if you gave me the methodology of how this was done, and I went through it, of like, okay, shared drive, no pool, like, I know how to do stuff that way. Is that me?
No, you're good.
There was no like, okay, here's the 5 we're looking at, because I think the town should go first with that. We've looked, there is nothing there. And what are you in the cohort with? Medical costs in colleges. You don't want to be there. So I know it's once every 5 years, but how you go to, I think we were 93, we're now 83 or 97% increase. It makes no sense. I do hope I will earn more next year, but hope isn't enough. And let's face it, we got a huge lift in this town from the pandemic. That is burning off. Costs are like sales across the country are dipping, and they're going to move this way. Hopefully, there's a lot of kids, people with kids who moved to the city and voted for Mandami, because that's the next little bump you might get, but probably won't go this far. I mean, commercial real estate. I have a client, hot new tech company, took space. Their next space, they're not going to grow up in New York, they're going to move to Austin. You're in a high tax area, it's a problem in the Northeast. I'm trying to think what else is there. There's, and I don't like to point to my neighbors, but, there's.
Sure, well, but you're right. You're within your rights to do that. So I just want to say, you said 181, Winton, and then there was another.
There's another one on Brookbend. Let me see if I can find it. I think we had the card for it. I think we submitted pictures of our unfinished basement, just in case you weren't. Oh, and then in the bathrooms, everything in the house, bathroom-wise, is 40. Well, no, they did something in 07, they will lose those. But the downstairs bathroom and the 2 upstairs are from 1980. They redid the master in like 07. If you like the 70, it's 80 built, but 70 look. Where's the other 181 Winton? I don't have the Brookbend house. Maybe I do here. Brookbend house, I think, went up less, and it is smaller too, but again, if you look at my house, it's It's probably the same architects.
Yeah, I might have it here, I'm just, just wanna make sure.
We might have, I think we submitted in one of the early ones. Yeah, we went up to 91% initially, and the other two were lower. And around us, there's one higher, there's a couple higher, but there's a couple lower, and again, houses built in 80, very well built, a certain style that's not the most popular. Basement's not done, attic can't be done. We made cosmetic improvements, If this goes up high enough, my wife's dream of changing the downstairs bathroom will probably go out the window. It's probably not the main town concern. I'm trying to think what else I got. Let's see. I'm not super trained, but I know it enough from, even if you look at an office building, glass, old brick, there's ways of there's a plus and minus.
Mm-hmm.
I think the town should have had, here's your comps, here's your methodology. I mean, you could pick an acre house in Greenfield Hill, and, you could say, oh, you're close to the train. We also hear the train. We hear 95, which is not bad. If you're up in, back in that other house in Brooklyn, you're not gonna hear that.
I don't see the Brookbend one in here, so if you know the number, I can always,
Let me see.
look it up here.
I could probably, it's a small. And I know the owner is an older lady, so she probably, let's do this. We'll just map it, and we should get there. Okay. That's 406, that's 370, 336, 2, I think it's 280.
280, okay.
280. Again, there's extremely, there was a sale, I think, just over 5 years ago, an adjacent neighbor, and he rebuilt his house. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't at this point, so, I'll take this all, so I'll just explain the process to you, right? So
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll present your petition to a majority of our board.
How many are on the board?
So we have 5 elected members, and then we've appointed 4 temporary members to help with this process.
Are they an outside company, or are they just individuals?
Just individuals.
Okay, so who did the valuations, was there an outside company?
That was Tyler. So we have nothing to do with the valuation
Really?
piece. I mean, we're just we're an independent board that
Okay.
people
The
can come
town,
to.
you're paid by the town, your town?
No, we're not paid at all.
Okay.
It's all volunteer,
Okay.
right? So the town, the assessor's office, makes the valuation. They use a revaluation company. Tyler was the name of that company. They were contracted with the town, and then they come in.
Hi, I'd like you to value my town. What do you think the emails are back and forth? I think we can choose you to,
Yeah, but that's all with, so you can, there were presentations made by Tyler about like how they, develop the valuations.
Yeah.
So, and then when these valuations were sent out to people, then our board can hear people's appeals. So,
Okay.
we're an independent board, we're not connected with
So
the
the
assessor's
earlier
office.
appeal wasn't you guys, it was them?
That was with them, yes. If you had gone and spoken with them.
Talk about loading the deck.
Yeah.
Hi, I did this for you. Okay, I'm gonna,
Right.
yes, I get it. It's like a kid looking at Zillow, it means,
Yeah. So, what I'll do is I'll present your information here. The board has all the, everyone
So
on the
you're
board.
gonna go through all
has-
these, the 9 of you, whatever?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. How many do you
Well,
have?
a majority of our board, so 5,
Oh,
at least
okay.
5 of us, right? We'll deliberate and then we'll vote on this, okay? And once we've made a decision, within 7 days of that, you'll receive a letter.
Is it the number I asked, or nothing? Is it?
No, it could be, I mean, it could actually be, more than you
Okay,
asked,
got it.
but, you know, I'm not,
Curious,
you know,
because
yeah.
I'm wondering
right,
how you,
Yeah,
baseball arbitration, right? You know,
right,
what's-
yeah, no, it's, yeah, it could be any amount there, right? So, if we do provide, and I'm not saying that,
Yeah, I
it's
know,
just, you know, I mean, it's just,
Well, I know, as
people-
using the outside company, I'm like, okay, and then, like, okay, test us, and then we'll kick it to you guys. How many of these did you get?
well, almost 1,000.
Wow. How many houses do we have in Fairfield?
20,000 homes?
That's a big,
Yeah,
I know,
probably more, but.
statistically, that's a big number,
Yeah,
you know.
it is.
You know, what's the, error, you know, too pretty.
So,
That tells you something.
yeah, so, if we do provide, relief, then you would not be able to come back until the next revaluation in 5 years, right?
Gotcha.
If we deny your appeal,
Mhm.
then you would be able to come back again next year and appeal
Oh,
again.
okay.
All right, so you
Well,
can,
that-
yeah.
as the market collapses, west running east, like, okay, that's interesting.
Right,
That's
right.
good to know.
Um,
I'm
and-
surprised you use an outside company, but I get it. I get it.
And then they do, you do have a right to go appeal in court. If
Well,
you're-
that's what I said, between the town and Tyler. Someone sues and turns up the, you know, it's gonna be like, come on, you're here to raise money, it's not, you know.
So,
Interesting.
All right.
That's very interesting, I think, you know.
so, and just as I said, we have, you know, we had 992 appeals. 81 of them are actually,
I purely was wondering,
Yeah.
is this 150 or is this 500? Oh, it's 1,000, you know, that's,
this is a
yeah, it's,
massive amount.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and because of that, we are actually going to be doing this until May. We're going to
Wow.
be doing this in May.
So when would the new taxes kick in, or do they get retroactive anyway?
They kick in, I believe it's June or July, it's set, but we have to, we have to be done, we
It's the same
can't go
as New York
beyond,
City,
right.
You do it June
Yeah,
and January,
yeah,
that's the way.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
we need to be done by, May
Gotcha.
31st, so, anyway, that's it. So I can't really tell you when that's gonna happen,
Right.
our deliberation, but,
How many hours do you put in volunteering for this?
massive amount. I've worked, this is my, 6th day this week of, actually, I'm sorry, 5th day this week of, 4-hour shifts.
Do you work,
And, yes, I'm a full-time job.
do you work nearby?
I live in Fairfield and I work, you know, close by, but,
Okay,
you know.
because I'm on the train
Yeah,
every day.
no, right.
I could not swing that.
Right,
You know,
yeah, no, I mean, it's
an insane amount of time.
It's a massive amount, and actually, these deliberations right now, I mean, I want to end the hearing here, all right, unless you want it on record. Okay, this is Peter Rupert for the Board of Assessment Appeals, March 14th, 2026. This is appeal number 716, and the start time is 11:04. So again, I'm just going to go through some information here. This is appeal 716. It's for, the property address is 180 Main Street. And so I do have some questions here. It says the owner here is Matthew Richardson. So my understanding is that there was a sale. Okay, so who is the current owner?
Current owner is Sean Polly,
Sean Polly.
S-P-A-N, P-O-L-L-E-Y.
Okay, all right. And so the town valued this property at $965,100?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're asking that to be reduced to $750,000?
Correct.
Okay. All right, and then, so if you could, Sean, state your name and that you are the owner of 180 Main Street.
My name is Sean Polly, and I am the owner of 180 Main Street.
All right, and if you'd put your right hand up, please. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, so I just need you to sign and then print your name, please. Thank you. Polly, this is this will be your opportunity to provide testimony and evidence as to why you believe the market value of this property on October 1st, 2025 was $750,000 and not the value assigned by the town. Market value is what the property most likely would have sold for on that date. And please try to be as succinct as possible.
Yep, so just, I guess, starting off with some of the comps in the area that have recently sold, looking at the sale price of those comps I've provided to you, 4 of them that are nearby and that sold within 2025. Comparing that to the appraisal, they range between 24% lower and 2%
All right.
lower.
So you want to just give me the comps, the home numbers of the comps that you're...
74 Westford Drive.
Westford, okay.
And that sold November, to provide all the details, or to...
You can give me like when it sold, yeah.
November 2025.
Okay,
Sold for $1 million.
okay,
Appraisal was 805,
okay,
or is 805.
all right.
450 Center Street. Sold in May 2025 for 1.17, and was appraised at $1,045,000. And then 441 Westford Drive. Sold November 25 and sold for $780,000. Appraisal is $741,000. And then the last one is 87 Forest Ave, sold in May 25 for $700,000. Appraisal is $683,000. Yeah. There are also a handful of condos. So 180 Main Street is a condo, unique for the area for Southport, but there are also a handful of condos at the Southport Woods. I think there's like 30 or so condos up there that are all in a similar situation, and they sell regularly, but I didn't list those. And then, so the comps are one component of this, and the other component is the condition of the home. It is at a point where it is almost in disrepair, and it requires hundreds of thousands of dollars of work. The most recent quote I have is $290,000 to repair windows and the siding, and I have some photos here of significant wood rot and inoperable windows, etc.
Okay. Are the pictures? I mean, let me. They're in the file.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
I mean, I could have the example window that I showed. That's most of the windows. So I didn't take a picture of all 18 windows. And then the example of rot. There's probably 30, 40 of those scattered around the house. And so it can't be repaired. It needs to be replaced. And because of the historic district, it needs to be replaced with wood. That's why it's almost $300,000 to do. What likely happened here with this appraisal is that it is surrounded by, it's a historic Southport, so it's surrounded by multi-million-dollar homes. And this is not a historic Southport home. It's just getting grouped into that. It's not one of those federal-style beautiful homes that just doesn't have the appeal that this has. This is not on the street. It's not a historic structure. The foundation is historic, but not actually the structure itself. It was put together in 1984, and it really hasn't been taken care of since. So that's the background here. And then I also have the price that I paid for it. I was renting the home prior, so there were some other interested parties, and I threw out a number that I think might have been slightly above what I what could have gotten if it were out on the open market. Just because I didn't want to move and have my life there, so I feel like what I paid for it was actually a little higher than what it would have gone for. But that's, yeah,
Okay, and so what was it that you paid? It was $750?
$922,500.
Okay, 922.
Yeah, and that's public record now. That's,
Yeah.
That's in the
It's in
system
there.
if you go on Zillow or
Yeah.
Indigo.
Mhm.
I had included in the packet there the purchase agreement because it was not updated, but now it's public.
And just tell me when that closed. I mean, I guess obviously.
This was, I think, like the 18th of February, 2026.
Okay, but obviously you're under contract before that too.
Correct.
So, okay. Okay, all right, thanks. All right. And this 290,000 that you're saying for the windows and siding, is this also including interior updates? So this is just for the exterior?
Exclusively windows and siding, 291,000. Yeah.
Okay.
There's also some structural, I didn't mention that there are some structural issues with the home. The primary bedroom on one side is 10 inches higher than the other. Floors are not level, so the thought is because the home for about 30 years did not have gutters. And the thought is that there's a sagging foundation and there's some rot. So when we take off the siding, there's going to need to be some work that's done. And that was found by the inspector, so and that will be factored into the market value for sure, because that's a line item.
Okay. All right. Anything else that you want to add? Pardon me. So let me just explain the process. I will take your petition and I'll bring it to a majority of our board and we'll deliberate on it. We will make a decision and then you'll receive a letter within 7 days of that decision being made. If we do provide some relief to you, then you would not be able to come back to appeal until the next revaluation in 5 years. All right? If we deny your appeal, you can come back again next year and appeal again next year. All right? And then you do always have the right to appeal in court if you want to. All right? We had about 1,000 appeals this year, and so we are going to be doing this until May. So just be patient, please, and we will get to you as soon as we can.
Yes.
All right.
Unfortunately, the tax bill's not due. And
Right. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks so much
Yeah,
for your
well,
time.
I
All right.
appreciate the work that you're doing wherever.
All right. This is Peter Rupert for the Board of Assessment Appeals, March 14, 2026. This is appeal number 718, and the start time is 11:19. And so I just want to go over some information here with you.
Okay.
This is appeal 718 for 131. The property address is 131 Fairfield Place.
Yes,
Okay. The owner of this property is Thomas Dubrowski.
yes,
All right. And the town has valued this property at $977,300, and you're asking that it be reduced to $800,000.
Correct.
Okay. All right. And so the appellant is Thomas Dubrowski, but you are Heather, is that
I am
correct?
Heather on his property.
All right, so can you just, same last name?
Yes,
Okay, so. All right, and Heather has a affidavit on file here. So, thanks. All right, so, Mr. Dubrowski, can you just state your name, that you are here for the owner, Thomas Dubrowski, for 131 Fairfield Place.
Sure. My name is Heather Dabrowski. I am Thomas Dabrowski's daughter. I'm here on his behalf for 131 Fairfield Place.
Okay, thanks. All right, and if you put your right hand up, all right. All right. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. And so what we have you do is just sign here and print here, please.
Sure. Oh, you know what? I just know how to print sometimes. It's so funny, they don't teach cursive in school anymore yet. I don't know how to print anymore, so I'm sorry.
Are you a teacher?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just a parent.
Yeah, they don't. But, they did, I'll tell you afterwards.
Yes,
So
fine.
that's in there. So, all right, Mr. Brodsky, this is your opportunity now to provide testimony and evidence as to why you believe the market value of this property on October 1st, 2025 was $800,000 and not the value assigned by the town. Market value is what the property most likely would have sold for on that date. And please try to be as succinct as possible.
Absolutely. So my father is 80 years old. He has lived in this house since 1971, as he will be the first to tell you he's going out feet first. The house is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath house that is 1,629 square feet. It has a 1-car garage, an unfinished basement that has a foundation issue because it leaks. It needs a new roof, windows, mechanics, kitchen, and bath. And it is a corner property on the corner of Fairfield Place and Northfield Road, so there's no real backyard. He just has that as typical corner lots, so there's no true privacy. In estimating how much it would be to upgrade his home to today's standards, everything in that house is 35 to 45 years old. Nothing has been upgraded, to which I provided proof. So I have pictures of the roof. I have pictures of my father's lovely going back in time kitchen, as well as, the outdated bathroom, his furnace, which is also about 45 years old, the unfinished basement, and as well as his, laundry room in an area that, again, is very outdated. So we estimated, and this is not going high end at all, this is a very conservative number. We have estimated that for the simple cost of upgrades would be about $300,000 plus. Additionally, we have 2 major things happening on Fairfield Place. We have the Porsche dealership that is across the street that is being built directly across the street from Fairfield Place, as I'm sure you're aware. And we also have that new mixed-use apartment complex that is coming on the corner of Fairfield Place, stretching to Lindbergh Road. What that means, and this is very significant, is my father's street has always been very quiet. It has never been a cut-through street. It has never been anything. However, there is going to be a significant amount of increased traffic in addition to light pollution and, of course, noise pollution. It is something that, is very upsetting to the community. And also, too, it's going to be light reduction because of the height of this building that is going there. So, and that is something that is going to change the landscape of the entire neighborhood. I mean, right now we have kids playing in the streets. That's just no longer going to happen because we begged the town to make Fairfield Place a one-way street just to help with all this traffic, and they will not do it. Additionally, the road diet that has happened on the Post Road has negatively impacted traffic on the Post Road. Traffic is backed up for miles. It can be backed up from the light at South Pine Creek Road all the way into Southport, which has been very, very difficult to navigate, and people are now starting to use Fairfield Place and Overhill Road, Basco to Overhill Road as cut-throughs. And that is directly impacting everything, and we truly believe that is going to negatively impact the value, but also to the state of my father's home. Again, he's 80 years old, he's not putting any money into this house. You can tell by the pictures just of his roof alone that it is in need of repair. In addition to all of that, I have pulled comps, which are also included in the packet that I have provided you. And so, as recent as October 1st on South Pine Creek Road, a home that was 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths. I should note my father is only 1.5 baths. He does not even have 2 baths. Sold for $715,000. Then a house.
Which comp is that?
It's this one right here.
341 South Pine Creek. Okay. Okay.
And then we have a house that sold directly next door, which was 1,966 square feet. It's 157. It's this one here, 157 Fairfield Place. It is 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths. That sold for 1.2, and that was fully upgraded. We have a house on Lindbergh that sold at 61 Lindbergh Court. That is 2,000 square feet plus, with 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths. That sold for $1 million. We have a house on Overhill Road that is 4 bedrooms, 2 full baths. That's 1,500 plus square feet. That sold for $790,000.
That was 26 Overhill?
That's 26 Overhill. Mm-hmm. And then the last 2 comps I have are for 81 Southfield Road, which again, 3 full baths, 3 bedrooms, just shy of 1,600 square feet. That sold for 1.1. Again, that was fully updated, new roof, everything. And then lastly, we have Sasko Hill Road, 131 Sasko Hill Road, which is right on almost on the corner of Overhill Road. And that's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's 4,000 square feet. And that sold for $1.2 million. That house does need to have, that it does require updating. So based on all these comps, we feel that, you know, my father's home is assessed too high for the town of Fairfield, and we'd like to see it reduced to $800,000. I think the biggest significance is what is going to happen to the neighborhood, which has already been approved through the town. The Porsche dealership, as you know, they're building, and the apartment complex, the mixed use, it's going to be mixed use, is on the corner of Fairfield Place and Lindbergh Road. It is going to negatively impact the neighborhood, again, with traffic, noise, light, and air pollution.
Okay. All right. Thanks. So, okay, so this will all go into
Yep,
the
I
file.
have 2 copies if you
Okay.
needed it.
No, this is
Okay.
fine. Thank you. Actually, you know what? If you, I'll
have
go
it
take it
next
and
time.
now.
Yeah.
Thank you. You'll bring it home and look at it. So, all right, let me just tell you our process, okay?
Yes, please, thank you.
So, I will take your petition and present it to a majority of our board.
Sure.
Everyone has access to the file. This all will be scanned into the file. My testimony, your testimony, the notes I've taken will all be available to everyone on the board. And so we'll deliberate and then we'll make a decision on your appeal. If we do provide some relief to you, you would not be able to come back to appeal until the next revaluation in 5 years. If we deny your appeal, then you actually can come back again next year and appeal again. Then.
Yeah, I have one question for you. My father, and I neglected to mention this, my father is a veteran, and I don't know, he's a Vietnam veteran, so I don't know if that has anything to do with the appeal board, but he is, again, he's an 80-year-old Vietnam vet who's owned the house since 1971, and it looks like it.
Yeah. So we would not have anything to do with that, but that is something that I believe is available through the town, so you should investigate that. You know, you could probably just, call the assessor. I would call the assessor's office and ask them, and they can direct you. If they're not the ones that deal with it, then, someone that would, okay?
Sure, not a problem.
All right, so, all right, so, and then you do always have the right to appeal in court if you felt like you had to, all right? We have, this year, we have about 1,000 appeals, and so we're probably
I'm
very
sorry,
likely.
18th.
Yeah, right. So we're probably likely to be doing this until May.
Understood.
But, you know, we will give you a fair hearing and we'll, you know, try to get to you as soon as we can. I just can't tell you when that is gonna happen. But
I was thinking 4th of July or timeline.
well, we have to be done by May.
Oh, you have to be
We
done by
have
May.
to be done,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so anyway, I'm just letting you know that. And then within 7 days of us making a decision, you will be notified by mail.
Okay,
Okay?
wonderful.
All right. So thank you so much for coming in.
No problem.
All right, and, yeah, I'm just gonna end the recording here. Okay. So this is Peter Rupert for the Board of Assessment Appeals, March 14, 2026. This is appeal number 713, and I'll be starting at 11:39 a.m. All right. So, Ms. Grasso, I just want to go through some information here, that this is the appeal number 713, and the property address is 245 Uncle Road. The owner is Mary Grasso.
It's actually unit 54.
Oh, unit 54,
Yeah,
okay.
it's just a condo.
Okay, unit 54, all right. The owner is Mary Grasso. The town valued this property at $681,200, and you're asking that to be reduced to $637,000. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So, and now if you would just state, for the record, state your name and that you are the owner of 245 Uncle Road, Unit 54.
Yeah, my name is Mary Beth Grasso. I am the owner of 245 Uncle Road, Unit 54.
All right, thank you. And if you would just put your right hand up. All right, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, so if you would just sign and print your name there, please. All right, thank you. All right, so Ms. Grasso, this is now going to be your opportunity to present testimony and evidence as to why you believe the value of your home, the market value of your home on October 1st, 2025 was $637,000 and not the value assigned by the town. Market value is what your home most likely would have sold for on that date. All right, and just try to be as succinct as possible.
So the three comparables that I've used, I'm giving you a photo report.
Okay.
245 Uncle Road, Unit 48 is a similar 3-bed, 2-bath unit. It closed at $629.
Okay, so just tell me what, say that, the number again.
245 Uncle Road, Unit 48.
Unit 48, okay.
And I'm giving you the document.
Okay.
And I attached a photo report,
Okay.
which shows that it has an updated kitchen and open floor plan. The view off their balcony is the courtyard, which is lovely. And it has an updated bathroom, closet systems, heating system, and kitchen appliances, none of which the subject, mine, has.
Mm-hmm.
So the items that I wrote, that I just read, I also put the number on the photo so
Okay.
you'd be able to see them.
Okay.
The second one is Unit 38, which has additionally, and that closed, I'm sorry, at 6:45. Do you need the date? All, these are all within your specific time period. Has a courtyard view as well, versus the subject view of I-95 and the entrance road. Updated kitchen cabinets, appliances, and countertops, updated bathrooms, and again, the open floor plan versus separate rooms, which is what I have. The third closed at 650, I'm sorry, 245 Uncle Road, Unit 31. Closed at 650.
You said 31, right?
Yep,
Okay.
Unit 31. So it's Unit 38, 31, and 48, well, whatever. You know, these three.
Sure.
48,
48,
31.
38.
Yep.
Yep.
Closed at 650. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Now, this is a first floor unit, which is no stairs. So everything in its exterior entrance when you go from near your car.
Mhm.
This unit has an updated kitchen, new windows, built-ins, in the 2 living spaces. So there's a living room and a dining room, or like a living room and a den area. But again, open, where I have a wall
Mhm.
separating mine. Updated bathrooms and more of the open floor plan. So they only made it, when I printed all the pictures, it came up as one.
Okay.
So then I printed pictures of the interior of this unit, mostly because they weren't online.
Mhm.
You wouldn't have seen them. So Unit 54 is the older style with a tub enclosure, the old tub enclosure. And then in the second floor, second bathroom, it's got the old vanity and countertop and a toilet that's like for a kindergartner. And on the second page of pictures, which these are yours as well, the kitchen has not been updated. It has an apartment-sized refrigerator, Formica countertops, and vinyl flooring. Actually, in the notes, I wrote the cabinets bloody squeak, but what can I say? And then I'm showing a picture of, I'm just going to show it to you. So you can see, like, it's like a homeowner DIY,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
But, so in my estimation, the condition value of this unit versus the units that sold is less. Like, when you sell a unit, you get it in great condition so that you can sell it for the most amount of money. And this unit is, first of all, second floor, this is the view, so this is my deck,
Mhm.
and this is 95.
Mhm.
So not only the noise, but I've never sat out there. It's too noisy and there's no view, whereas if I had a courtyard view, it'd be not, I mean, it's just completely different. So I'm submitting this as well, just so you can have something to compare it to versus the others. And, I mean, I do think a second floor unit is not as desirable as a first floor. So, that's it.
Okay, all right.
The only other thing that I wanted to add is, this came yesterday.
Yeah.
And I care because I got a phone call from whoever I was supposed to meet first. And they were like, well, you missed your appointment. And I'm like, well, I didn't actually miss it because I didn't know I had one.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so on condos, maybe if they wrote the unit number, it would be helpful.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. It's all my good timer.
No, you're fine, you're
There you
fine.
go. So this came yesterday. So when the woman called me at 5:30 to say I just missed my 5:15 appointment, I was like, well, goodness, I didn't know I had one yet, and so I emailed immediately,
Mhm.
and they didn't respond. Then I called the next day and I said, well, are they going to mail me a letter now? That's what you'll be looking for. Is somebody going to email? So anyhow, they told me it was today, and I'm a solo entrepreneur. I have an open house at 12. I changed it to 12:30. And when I called them just to say, listen, I'll go earlier, I'll go later, I'll go whenever somebody says, they were like, well, we've already changed it once. And I thought,
Mhm. Yeah, well.
okay,
Right.
I completely know that this is not on you're doing great work. But I wanted it to at least be known that maybe if you put a unit number, it will
Mhm.
get to somebody.
Sure.
And when you mail to a condo complex, put the unit number, because otherwise, I don't get my Quest diagnostic bills, I don't get anything.
Mhm.
So,
Now,
that's,
now, can I ask you a question? Is that letter,
I think,
for today's date?
no.
It was for the
no,
one that,
and-
every original,
Yes, and they,
what was it, I mean, so,
they mailed it on the 4th, and it came yesterday.
oh, so this was on the 4th, what's the date on the hearing, for the hearing?
The date on the hearing was 3/9 at 5 PM.
Okay, so,
And that was the one that I'm like, I didn't get anything.
and
No.
you said the postmark is the 4th?
March 4th, yeah.
Yeah.
And it came, so yesterday was March 13th.
Sure.
But that's because they didn't have a condo number.
Mhm, mhm, yeah, that seems,
So I don't want them thinking I'm a house.
yeah.
I'm not a house.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, I can give this as if you'd like it.
No, I'm just writing a note, and I'm gonna actually mention that, because, yeah, that's a, you know, it's just kind of,
Well, it gives you guys more work.
right.
Because you're rescheduling an
Right.
appointment that if it had my expectation that I probably would have gotten it like on the 6th or 7th. I don't think I would have gotten it much earlier.
Mhm, you're right.
But I wouldn't have gotten it on the 13th.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
don't think.
Yeah, right. So,
That's
okay,
all.
yeah, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know that, actually, that's
Well, it's
helpful.
good information.
Hopefully, yeah,
For 5 years from now.
Right, right,
Or
right.
even
Well,
for anything they
yeah.
send out for
absolutely.
a condo,
Mhm.
include the unit number.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely.
Are there anything that, from your experience, I haven't covered?
No, I just, you know, I mean, you've given me comps to look at, and,
On the subject?
yeah,
I mean, you've
yeah,
got
you give
some-
me, yeah. These all, so I have to explain the process to you, actually, from here on. What I will do is I will present your petition to a majority of our board. We'll deliberate on this and make a decision. Everybody on the board has access to your testimony, from my notes, from this recording, from the evidence you've already submitted. This will all be scanned into your file, and we'll make a decision within 7 days of that. You will get a letter. I will make sure that there's a unit number on it, okay? And if we do provide any kind of relief for you, then you would not be able to appeal again until the next revaluation in 5 years. If we deny your appeal, you can come back again next year and appeal again next year. And you do have the right to appeal in court if you so choose, all right? We did have almost 1,000 appeals, and so we're actually going to be
Oh, I was going to say
doing
go to
this.
court.
We're actually going to be doing this into May. So, but we have to be done by May, so you'll know one way or the other by May. All right?
Thank you.
All right.
I
Thanks so
appreciate your
much.
time. I appreciate the service that you do for the town. So